guys, welcome back to another episode of the TastyDoom podcast. Without further ado, let's jump into another episode.
Let's go. DM, come on.
We've been waiting on you.
I know. All right. At last we had left off. You guys had found your way to the town of Hillengore, where you had met the individual, the undead Aarakocra, being greeted by this four-armed undead creature. He tells you a story of how he used to be a grand general in the army of the Aarakocra before Cole happened to take over, slaughter his people, and bring them back as part of his undead army. You, coming to a deal, have decided to search down the other generals that possess one of the phylacteries of the six-soul phylactery. You guys managed to find your way into Paul's old house, part of the building being burned and the stains of blood running along the floor. Kovdar, you settle down and once again enact your bubble to protect the group as you guys see one of the undead Aarakocra, the blue flame, flickering at the front of the door as it seems to be guarding the entrance. You guys wake up, the sun shining through the sections of the roof that have long separated and fallen onto the floor. You guys do not see the blue glow coming from the door. What do you wish to do?
It's gone.
So I am gonna go to where he said my cart was.
Okay.
Hey, Paul, where are you going?
To the carriage.
Why do you have a carriage here?
He said it was this way.
Oh, okay.
Why do you call it a carriage?
Come on.
Alright. You easily navigate your way around the city, knowing it by heart. In the direction that the Aarakocra General Skull had shown you, you simply step outside of the city gates, and before you stands a very large, the size of a Clydesdale, steel horse, and a adamantine carriage attached to the back.
Jesus. A carriage made out of entirely adamantine.
Yep.
Well, the outer shell.
Yeah, the outer shell.
That's still a lot of adamantine.
Also, the outside is 15 feet by 30 feet.
Yeah, it's fairly large.
I don't know what a Clydesdale is. Is it a car?
Oh, it's a horse.
Oh.
It's a Clydesdale. Have you ever seen the Budweiser's commercials?
Yeah, the Budweiser horses.
Those are all Clydesdales.
You know what I didn't pay attention to in the Budweiser commercial? The fucking horse, bud.
We're just fucking chilling. We find the carriage, and there's a car driving it. Hooked up to it.
It's a bug.
Okay, yeah. Anyways, moving on.
So as you guys exit the town, you guys are greeted by what looks to be like a normal cart off in the distance. Two horses attached to it on the front. But as you get closer, you can see that the horses shine with a metallic glint. Both the horses and the carriage of intricate designs are made of adamantine. As you guys get closer and inspect, you can see the cutouts of a blacksmith working underneath a smiling goddess, and many other goods produced on the side of this carriage. As you guys inspect closer, you guys can see that where there would be a door handle, there is only a lock.
There it is.
The carriage?
Yeah. Yep. And I'm gonna put my hand on the door and slide away.
You know how to unlock this?
This is mine.
Oh, wow.
At this point,
You're full of yourself.
I actually would like you two, Kovdar and Ivan, to go ahead and roll me a perception.
23.
14.
You're almost blinded as the sun comes out and reflects off of two crossing swords, and underneath you can read the letters Quicksmith Arms.
What a jackass.
Hey,
What?
don't you make fun of my brand. I'm gonna slide away a small portion of the door that hides what is just a small... How would you describe a fingerprint scanner in fucking D&D? Or
Would it
blood?
be
It's just,
taking
it
blood?
reveals a needle. Which one are we going with again?
So, as you slide away the locking mechanism, you actually push in on it, and it slides over. And underneath is a very slant piece of steel. And as you put your thumb up in it, you actually jam your finger up into the little keyhole, and you can feel a little sharp prick at the very tip of your thumb. At which time you guys hear the door unlock and start to slide to the side.
How do you make the horse move, Paul? It looks like it's metal.
It's a bit complicated, but there's a system inside for it.
A system?
Yeah.
Why do you have this thing?
Just describe the inside quickly. They're asking too many questions, and there's more coming.
Are there two people that live inside the horse, Paul?
No,
Is that how it moves?
no, it's just a mechanical horse.
Oh, mechanical.
What does mechanical mean?
It means it's made of machinery.
Yes, he didn't know. He asked.
Yeah, of course I knew. Machinery, yes.
Okay, we're gonna move on then.
Oh, yes.
It's clearly just magic.
I bet there's two people in there.
I bet there's two. That's the secret. There's just two guys in there.
So, as the door slides open, you guys watch Paul as he steps inside. As each of you form up right behind him and step inside, the air inside of this cabin is dry and cool. But as you look around, you notice that the inside of this cabin is well lit, needing no lanterns or candles whatsoever. And as you begin to look around, Kovdar, you actually have to step back outside and then peer back in, as you notice that the outside of this wagon is smaller than the inside. As you step back inside, you can see that there are 5 doors on the left-hand side. One marked navigation, and the other ones seem to have something written in different colors on each door. But as you continue to walk in, you can see a large anvil in the middle of the room, and a large forge, cold and unused, standing in the back. You can see another door that's marked restrooms on one side, and right next to the door beside you, a very large, ornate writing desk that has many papers written down on it and various names written on them.
Ivan,
Yeah.
it's bigger inside.
Are you sure?
Does that mean the horses are bigger inside too?
They're
There
giants.
has to be like 20
More
people.
people in
20
the
people in
20.
the horses.
You're right. How else could it possibly work?
There's no one in the horses.
That's what
Okay.
it wants us to think.
There's no one in the horses.
Okay. Sure.
How do they get in the horses?
You put them in there.
No. There's no one in the horses.
We know.
Are you sure?
Positive.
As long as you don't put me in the horse, man, we're gonna be fine.
I'm gonna make one. Just to put you in.
Oh god, he's gonna make me into a horse.
He could make you like Chiron.
Oh god. Not like this. I'm still grieving.
It's part of the process. You will be fine afterwards. You'll be closer.
Closer. No.
So the interior dimensions are like 45 feet by 75 feet?
Yeah, it is large on the inside.
Who even made this? How do you get it bigger on the inside?
Well, it's a complicated bit of variant of extra-dimensional space magic. It's merely warping our perception of the space.
He's just talking gibberish.
That part is magic.
That means there could be a whole village in the horses.
Oh my
The
gosh.
horses are not magical.
How do you open up the horses?
Would there be a maintenance panel on the horses?
So the horses...
I guess the horses could be magical.
The horses are magical.
Yes,
They are not so much mechanical. You don't do well with the tinkering side of things besides just simple mechanics, but you know how to greatly infuse magic into metal and to get them to do what you want them to do.
It's not people in there.
Just a bunch of hamsters.
Just a bunch.
Prove it.
I mean, Chiron was a person and he was a horse too.
He was a centaur.
He was a person.
Centaurs are people.
Yes. I'm glad we're on the same page.
So, they're just half horse, naturally.
But there's still a person.
Yes, and that's just a mechanical horse.
It's not. He wasn't human, but he was a person.
There's no people in the horses.
Sure.
Sounds like he's saying Chiron wasn't a person either.
No, I actually directly said the words. That they are people. He was a person.
There are people in the horses, yes.
No.
That's what I heard too.
Yes.
Yes.
So how do you make the people move the horse?
If they don't move, they don't get food.
That
Yes.
They would all be dead if that were the case. I can't point that out. I've been
Oh
gone.
God, have they been eating each other? How long? It's been like
no.
a year. You better check on those people, Paul.
Yeah, they're probably all gone.
There's no people to check on.
I don't think your horse will run. Your horse people.
There's no people.
People horses.
No, just metal. Magic.
Yes, that is a metal.
No
but
people.
inside.
No.
Inside.
There isn't an inside.
Yeah, sure.
If there's an outside, there has to be an inside.
Not necessarily.
He's a fucking...
There's an outside of your skull and there ain't no inside.
There is an inside. I've seen the inside of many skulls. There's
Yes.
definitely an inside.
Yours is lacking proper materials.
You can see the inside of mine.
Yes, it is terrifying.
Thank you.
You should put your hood back on, Ivan.
Goddamn. It's just a day for him.
Poor Paul. No one will understand.
Someone just insulted my
Honestly-
face and you call poor Paul?
Yes, but people insult your face every day.
Yeah, everyone's been insulting your face.
Yeah, I'm a victim.
Have you
He's
seen
getting
your
his horse is insulted for one day.
I'm trying to cheer you up, Paul. I know there's not people in the horses.
I don't believe that you believe that. I honestly think you think there are people in there.
I'm not certain, but I don't think it...
Okay, I'm not certain. You're right. I don't fully believe that there aren't people in there.
Let's just move on. It doesn't matter how many people are in the horses right now.
Oh, good God, if only I could put you in the horses.
God, he's trying to add me to his collection.
Yeah, just come back to the back of the horse, just step inside.
In the back.
Of course, entry is in rear.
I'm just thinking about Ace Ventura when he climbs out of the rhinoceros.
Okay. Are you... So for the carriage, how much more of a description are you going to give?
You guys are freaking ridiculous.
I can't handle it.
So to give you just kind of a rough layout on what you see, you guys see 5 doors right next to you on the inside. The forge is in the middle of the room, not towards the edge. I kind of screwed up with that. There is another door straight across from you that is marked bathroom. Right next to that are large cabinets that run the full length of the wall. And then a workbench catty corner to that.
That also runs the full length of that wall.
But yes, it runs the full length of that wall. There is also a very large dining table right in front of you, between you and the bathroom.
I was about to say, I want to shit in the bathroom, but I don't know if I can actually shit.
Does he shit? Does he have to eat?
I mean, we've already established that he has to have some kind of substance.
Yeah,
Sunlight.
So, no, it does not say photosynthesis on his character sheet.
It's a mistake. Yeah.
So,
But I am a plantoid.
It's just a clerical error.
Probably just nitrogen, because it's flammable.
Yes.
Yes.
I'd probably just burn it and then like burp it out or something. I don't know.
you just kind of like shake, and you guys just see ashes go everywhere. All right, so to give you a little bit more description, description on the inside of this, you guys, on the first door to your left, one is marked navigation. Each one of these is a sloppy handwriting. You guys can read it all in common, but it is sloppy, almost like a child had written it. The second door after that is written in yellow and says Mommy and Daddy. The next room in green is written Isaac, and the next after that is written Amber. Each door has handprints on them in matching colors.
Alright, you two can have one of the 2 back rooms there on the left. I don't care what you take.
Obviously, Isaac is closest to Ivan, so I will take that room.
Yes, and Amber is so close to Kovdar that it's almost uncanny, isn't it?
I was thinking Mommy and Daddy, probably.
No, that's my room.
At this point, I
Wait.
would actually like you,
Uh-huh.
Paul,
Yeah.
to make me a wisdom check.
Wisdom check. Is this a save? Does it have a specific...
Nope, just a check.
I hate you. The 19 is hard to read. 21.
Okay. You are easily able to joke around with the namings of the rooms and who is going to be taking what room. You are
We're gonna hear
unaffected.
him wailing when we're
He-
sleeping.
You guys don't notice a change in his demeanor as he says out the names of his 2 children.
Who exactly are these people? Like travel companions or what?
They were my kids.
Oh. Where are they?
We already know that they are dead.
I have already
How do
told
we-
you about that.
Oh,
Yes.
sorry.
Get in the horse.
Please. I didn't ask.
It's not optional.
Oh my gosh.
Press this button on wall and you get absorbed into the carriage.
The backside of the horse opens up.
You just whoosh. No!
All right.
To Brazil with you.
You kill yourself to avoid going.
So as all of you settle in, Paul, what do you wish to do?
Well, there's hot water in the bathroom, and there's a little stove area with a sink as well that would also have hot water. So feel free to shower. And I personally will go and start the forge up, of course. I turn a small dial on the side of it, and the flame just lights up on the
I have a
inside.
feeling that he doesn't go into his own room.
Didn't go in? No, I didn't. That I didn't.
It was just for his wife.
You're talking about in the past.
Yeah.
I have used the bedroom
No.
in the past.
No. You just stay at the forge.
So I'm starting up the forge. Why don't you shut your mouth, okay? This next one's for you.
Oh.
Yeah, so you know what? I don't think you deserve it anymore.
Oh, okay.
I know just what I'll make you. It's going to be a small horse for you to go inside of.
Fuck.
It's the size of a Shih Tzu.
Very small horse. Like a Shetland.
Next morning,
Yeah,
we all
Shetland.
wake
It's
up.
Shetland, not Shih Tzu. It's Shetland.
You guys are just in the main entrance chilling out, and then you see Isaac's door open up, and I'm just trotting around in a little horse.
And then it's just Ivan's voice. I hate you.
I hate you.
Okay, I am gonna take out the locket, or not locket, the amulet.
Amulet?
Amulet. And I'm
Silver
gonna,
amulet with the Order of the Ravni insignia.
we haven't talked more about it, but I'm gonna address you, Ivan. Ivan, would you prefer a ring or a
Bracelet.
bracelet? Gauntlet.
Bracers?
Bracer. I can make bracers, a bracelet, a ring.
Bracers actually...
Bracers would be cool.
Yeah, bracers I think would actually be more to what this does.
Bracers.
Reminds me of RuneScape.
So I'm gonna go into the back. I'm gonna grab out some extra silver. One of the ingots. I don't have. Wait, I'm a liar. I did have the papers. I forgot. So that's the place.
Oh, there we go.
Nice.
Yeah, so you were the one with the printer and printed them off.
Yeah.
You bastard. I should have had you reading everything.
Yep. I totally forgot I did this.
He was just afraid.
Nope. I honestly just forgot. All right.
So I am going to go ahead. I will okay the magic item. It will take you, working with silver, it will take you at least 24 hours to fully forge. As far as the magic items, there aren't any.
Yes, I did mark that NA there. I
Yes.
figured you were going to say.
But you do have all of your materials and artisan tools.
Dope. So I walk to the back, I open up a cabinet that's marked silver, and I take out an ingot of silver. Yeah, it would only be like an ingot. The whole bracer isn't going to be
Yeah,
silver.
no, just one.
Take out an ingot of silver.
The thing about these magic items is you can actually forge them a little bit thinner than you normally would, because the magic will sustain their flexibility and their rigidness.
And
You
I'm
can
gonna-
pack in more magic in a smaller item.
more magic per magic. Per magicule.
For magic.
Yeah, so I'll start up the what would it be? The thing that melts the metal. I can't remember the name.
Forge?
No, not the
Smelter.
Would you forge bracers or would you smelt?
Depends if you're making a form or not.
Probably forge bracers.
I'd
I'd smelt jewelry, but I would forge bracers.
I'm not exactly sure what you do. If it was me personally, I would forge them out.
I will start
Soul
forging the
Forge
silver.
bracers. Item. Classic World of Warcraft.
Oh, I was just making the soul forge bracer.
Yeah, we'll just
Of course.
we'll just say that you forge them out.
Yes.
Okay, so you guys hear an eruption of fire coming from the middle of this carriage, as what almost sounds like a dragon breathing fire into the room. You guys see the forge ignite with living flame, and then you can hear the, I wouldn't say sweet sound to you guys, but the sweet sound to Paul of the metal ringing of once again being home with his own forge and anvil, and him hammering away at this silver.
This is ridiculous. How am I supposed to sleep with this noise?
Come here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna measure his forearms.
Okay.
Oh.
Needed to get a measurement there.
You do know that in order to make this, you are going to need at least one thing that is divine.
Hey, Cove Dog.
Yes, Paul?
I need to borrow something.
What are you going to borrow?
I'll go to another cabinet and open it, and I will pull out a vial. Blood.
My blood?
Yes.
What do you need my blood for?
It's hard to explain, really, but it's for the item that I'm making.
So, I will say this right now. So, blood is just basically the generic way of being able to increase the magical power of an item. But if you have something more physical,
His dick.
it becomes that would be 100% chance of the magic becoming successful.
Yeah!
Take it off. Take off a testicle while you're at it.
This is up to you. So you will get a bonus to your forging by using a vial of blood. But if you can get something more substantial, then it will increase your chances more.
Did I already ask you about how attached to all your fingers you are?
I do like them, but this is for Ivan, right?
It is. This is leading
Hold
to
on,
me getting a
hold on.
finger.
Don't cut off a finger.
I'm assuming that this is like when you're not here.
Oh. Damn.
Didn't you go to your bedroom to avoid being turned into a horse?
Probably.
Nay.
I definitely went to my bedroom to escape the noise.
So after you had measured Ivan's wrists, you start to forge out this stuff, and then that's when you talk to Kovdar and have him come over. As you do two things at once by forging and talking to him. Ivan, you go ahead, irritated at the sound once again, and what Paul had put you through back in Port Knot. You just go into Isaac's room and shut the door. The room is dimly lit, and as you shut the door behind you, you don't hear a thing.
Ah, bliss.
You can thank him for that one.
I would imagine that you would have them magically soundproof.
Yeah, I just didn't type anything down for that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Every door you open is actually another extra dimensional space.
There's just a speaker that leads into the...
Yeah, who's got the bag of holding?
No, I did make sure that I typed it in a way that the bag of holding can exist in this space. And none of us have a bag of holding.
No, I know. I had to bring that up.
There's a bag of holding in here.
Somewhere. It's just a ticking
The
time
whole
bomb.
cart's a fucking bag of holding.
This is true.
Alright, I will... Can I roll for what would be the best part to take from him?
Honestly, I leave this up to you guys. You can try to roll me an intelligence check and see what might be the best.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna no. I'm gonna roll for what would be the most viable part to actually do what I would need it to do for the crafting.
Okay.
Kind of more just spun than rolled, really. I can't see what it rolled. Is this? What does this add? What am I adding to this?
Just your intelligence bonus.
So not Arcana or Smithing?
No, let's do Arcana. Arcana's good.
17.
So, the way that you figure it, the more rarer the body part that you could get, the better chances you have of increasing the power of this. Hair would be probably the lowest form that you could get, followed by blood, and then bone.
And then heart. Top of the list.
Heart would be top of the list.
How attached to you are you?
Yeah. Out of game. My like the only thing that's I can really actually think of is skinning him and using it for the leather on the fucking racers.
Yeah, that would be wow.
And then just magically healing it back.
It would leave a scar for sure.
Anything I do to him is gonna leave the scar.
I mean, you can
Anything
try.
substantial I do to him is gonna leave a scar.
You can try to forge with just blood.
You are willing to give up a finger. So honestly, this will work better with a body part, but there isn't a body part that I can take that isn't gonna suck for you. I'm gonna be honest. I could just use some hair, but that's one of the least effective. That is probably the least effective part. Then I've got the blood, which will help a little. So it comes down to either lopping something off or horribly scarring your body.
Pull a tooth.
Or pulling.
He's not there. But that would be a good one.
Or pulling a tooth.
What'd you roll?
16 with a +3 in intelligence. So.
I will give it to you.
Or pulling a tooth. Actually, that's probably the least painful way to get bone.
How much better would it make it?
Is there like a...
It will get full properties if you end up using a bone.
Substantial improvement. With this kind of stuff, it's a little bit of guesswork.
In the middle of your sentence, I'm just gonna rage and punch myself in the face.
Oh, wow. All right.
That's the worst way to do that.
So go ahead.
So, like, as he's punching himself, I'm just gonna... Wait!
You gonna turn around to get some tweet
Do
pliers?
I have time to stop him from punching himself in the face?
You have various sizes of
Yes,
tongs
I do have
and
tools
clamps. Yes.
as well for harvesting materials from creatures.
Yes, you do. You have a full set of tooth harvesting tools.
Just use this. It'll be so much simpler. And I'll get the whole tooth.
Let's
And
see.
you won't have to worry about infection.
That would have happened after I raged.
Fuck
So we're gonna have to roll off.
I rage and stop him. I'm raging as well.
All right, so you
We're gonna have to roll
see
something against each
Kovdar,
other.
his eyebrows furl, and then he just brings an arm down, and then goes to just punch himself right in the cheek. Go ahead and make me opposed strength checks. So you both have advantage on that.
Okay. I was wondering. Solid.
Terrible.
I got a 13.
Really? Just,
7 plus 5.
are we doing athletics?
Oh, that's 12. Sorry, 7 plus 5 is 12.
No, just straight up strength checks.
Alright. 8 plus 5.
Oh, fuck you. Beat me by 1.
I'm so glad you guys can do math, because 8 plus 5 is...
13.
So
I
he...
just did 7 plus 5. I know what 8 plus 5 is.
Oh yeah, so I just need to pay attention more.
I don't have to know what the numbers really add up to. I know that 8 is more than 7 and we have the same plus.
Alright, so, Kovdar, you bring your arm down. Paul lunges for your arm. He grabs a hold of your arm and starts to pull it back. You still manage to carry the punch through, but it's lost a lot of its momentum. And you just end up just hitting yourself. Now your face just hurts, but you don't feel anything getting knocked loose.
I go hit myself.
I have pliers! At this point, I punch him in the face to stop him from punching himself in the face. Because I'm raging.
All right, you guys handle this. This is all you. You know what to do.
It's going to change from me trying to get a tooth from you to us fighting.
Gotta go out. Like, gotta
You
go get a
walk
glass
out,
of
get a
water.
glass of water, just close his doors.
You guys are both on the floor. Oh.
Fuck, I can't hit you. Not with that weak ass shit. Is it 5 plus 3? 16.
That's my AC.
Holy shit, I hit him. I punch you in the face to stop you from punching you in the face.
All right, so I'm going to say with as strong as you are and constitutionally sound your body is, you're going to need to do 10 points of damage to the face directly to knock a tooth out.
I just did 6. How much did his punch do?
Did you also punch yourself in the face?
The prior punch. He's already punched himself.
And I
once.
roll a d6 for unarmed.
7.
8.
8? Yeah.
All right. Oh my gosh, guys. This is...
No, it wouldn't be 8. It would be
You just have to do 4.
7.
Yeah. So, Paul, as you grab his arm to try to keep himself from punching himself, you just bring an arm back as he brings his arm back down, and you both collide at the same time, right on the side of his jaw. Kovdar, you spin from the force that you've just been hit, but manage to keep your balance, and you just spit out a tooth.
What condition is the tooth in? Is it a tooth or is it half of a tooth?
I'm going to say it's a full tooth.
Wow. I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on his face. Here, this should help some. I'm going to stop raging and cast Cure Wounds on his
Yeah,
face.
you need to stop raging to cast.
So how much damage did I take total?
You did 7 and I did 6, so that's 13.
All right.
The simple maths.
Chump change to your hit point.
I scratched you. I did a 15th of your health.
All right, Paul.
Alright. Perfect. And I'm gonna go and... You're not gonna be able to really tell what I do with the tooth. But I start forging it in with the metal.
Okay, so at this point, it's going to take you 24 hours to forge, and you have started forging. You now have a tooth of a divine being. So, I need you to make me 10 checks.
Before that, I am going to... I'm going to set the metal to start getting hot enough to work, and I'm going to go into navigation.
Okay.
And plot a course to where we need to go. To where we were told the front lines are.
Alright, so Paul, you set out the material. You still have to let your forge build up its heat. It doesn't take as long as a normal forge, but you still need to let it to get up to temp. You set out all the tools that you will need on your workbench and go into navigation. Ivan, are you still in the room? And Kovdar, where are you?
You follow me to navigation? Oh, I didn't roll.
I'd definitely be
You got
chilling in the
6
room.
points of health back from that you.
If I felt us moving, I might come out
Okay.
and
That's-
see what was going on.
Joke's on you, you can't tell.
If I can't tell, then I'm gonna be in my room all day.
Okay. Don't forget that you still have 2 books.
I have 2 books
You have 2 books.
of what?
You have the
has
history book. No,
Not the magic.
Ivan's got them. He's got the normal one. He's got the magical one. No, you have one of the books from Port Knot.
Oh,
You have a book of the mythology of how the world was created, and then you have another book about the history of Port Knot itself.
yeah. I'll definitely read those.
Okay.
Port Knot first, and then the history of the world. It seems ridiculous to do the history of the world first.
Okay.
I would probably go to my room and start reading the Manual of Strength.
Okay. All right. So, Paul, you enter into the navigation room, going up the stairs and into a smaller room, but you can look out and see the back of the horses that look monstrous through these windows. As a large map of the Dagger Coast sits in front of you, you actually have a dagger that is magically floating above the map itself, and it is floating above Hillengore. What do you wish to do?
Once again, I'm going to set the course for the horses to run, and I'm going to set it to the front line there, where he told us it was. So basically, whatever roads exist, it'll follow the road as far as it can in that direction.
Okay. So you have the front line, from your understanding, is the Great Wall. There are 3 cities that are built along the Great Wall. You have Fort Flintmore, which is to the south. You have Fort Dragonward towards the north, and you have the Bastion Hold that is the middle.
Did the guy show us, like, any specifically where, like, if he would be closer to one of those towns or not?
No.
Dang it. We're going for the middle then.
To Bastion Hold. Okay. You move the dagger as it traces itself along the road that you would take over into the Bastion Hold. You see the bright lights of a fire igniting inside of the horses. the steam blowing out of their nostrils as they start to pull the cart forward. It takes just a minute before the horses start to gather their speed into a full gallop and are marching their way down the road.
I'd say that the rooms would all have an indicator that would tell everyone when the cart's moving and when it's not. So, like a light that lights up green for when it's moving and red when it's stopped, or something like that.
I would have to say
Flashes if there's something wrong.
I would have to say that you guys do feel the cart move. It is...
Subtle.
It's not so much of as an extra dimensional space as it is the decrease, the shrinking of the space within.
And I did say that I'd come out when the cart would move, but now that I realized I have books that I can read, I'm just gonna stay in my room.
Okay. You do feel the bed underneath you shift, and you can feel the cart start to pick up speed.
I know the general idea where we're going anyway, so if they needed me, they could just go to my room.
I will actually come knock on your door. Hey!
Hey!
Could you do me a favor while we're traveling?
What's up?
So up the stairs there to navigation, there's some windows you'll be able to see outside the cart. You just keep an eye on our surroundings, passively just sitting there, so you can look outside if something happens.
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
I will go up there and read my books up there, not
Okay.
looking.
If anything happens, press this button.
Of course, yes.
It puts the cart in a defensive shell formation.
Yes, of course. Okay. Yes, I got it.
Tell me what I just told you.
I will go up there and keep a close eye. And if anything goes south, I press the button.
So,
Which button?
so with the way that your cart is built, it's not very mechanical. It is mostly magic based. So there isn't such things as levers or buttons on the inside of your cart. Instead, you actually notice a figurine right in front of the windows, sitting on a pedestal, and there is a horse at a full gallop in the middle. You'd happen to see two other figurines. You see one of a horse that just seems to be trotting, its hooves coming up higher than normal, almost as in a display of power. And then you see another one that is in the shape of a turtle.
So are you saying, like, when you say figurine, are you talking about like a clay molding almost, or like not a clay, maybe like a metal molding, or are you talking about like a hologram?
No hologram. It is a figurine,
Okay.
like a clay model,
Okay.
except for these are steel.
Okay.
Space age technology.
So I see these three figurines. How do I select them?
I'm assuming it's full speed, regular speed, and turtle mode.
Mm-hmm.
This is what we want for traveling. That makes them run. It's fast. This is to slow it down, to stop it.
Yeah,
And then this one that looks like a turtle, much like a turtle,
of
is
course.
the defensive one, which stops the cart, and it retracts the horses in some to the carriage.
Don't worry, this isn't my first wagon.
You got the you got.
So, as he is describing the process of how to do this, all he does is you see him turn the figurine sideways, and it pulls out almost like a key. He then sets it into another pedestal off to the side, and then he grabs the other horse that is trotting and slips it into the middle pedestal and turns it to where it is also facing forward. You can see the horses outside visibly start to slow down, and then their hooves being raised up higher. As he unlocks that figurine and goes back, grabs the horse that is at a full gallop and sets it in its place, you can feel the cart jerk back as the horses gallop once again.
Fancy.
All right, let us know if anything happens. I
Of
guess.
course, of course.
Leave. eyeing him as I walk
I
out.
pull out my history book.
So, because of the nature of your character, you do see a very ornate-looking dagger that is just floating barely above a large map of the Dagger Coast on the center of the room. Mm-hmm. It is sitting there spinning.
Why would you care about the knife?
Why would I care about the knife? So there's a dagger spinning over the Dagger Coast.
So it is spinning, and it is spinning right above a cutout of a large city, and right next to it it says Bastions Hold.
Almost looks like where we're going, doesn't it?
You can see that where the map has been carved from this very large piece of oak wood, you can see a very thin blue line that seems to travel along a thin crease in the wood, going from where you are at Hillengore all the way to Bastion Hold.
That is fancy. I don't think I would touch it. I don't think.
Huh, that's neat.
If you don't think, you can roll on it.
Ivan's character's never been touchy like that. Why would he?
So the lower the roll, the more curious you are.
I'll do it. Oh, fuck.
It's got to be in the pan.
I know what it is. Of course.
It's
That's
a
our
glass
rule.
lid. No, it's the rolling ring.
Oh my god.
What is that?
That's a nat 1.
What the fuck, Richard?
Can I just pull the dagger?
You are very fascinated by the way that this dagger is floating above this map, not touching it. What do you wish to do?
Just gonna pick up the dagger.
As you grab the dagger, you have to brace yourself as the horses come to a full and sudden stop. I need everybody to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Dirty 20.
24.
13.
You're fucked.
You just walk upstairs and sit there.
It's not what it looks like.
So,
I don't know what happened. Your dagger just attacked me. I don't know. The horse people want out.
So, Kovdar, as you are sitting on the bed, reading the book and looking at the different formations that are these different kind of stances that are drawn inside of this book, you feel the cart come to a sudden stop, but all you have to do is just outstretch a hand to just lay on the side of the bed to keep yourself upright. You wonder what has happened.
We
but
made
are
it.
unsure. Paul, you knowing what was going to happen, you just widen your stance and keep yourself from falling forward. But Ivan, as you did not know what was going to happen, you are thrown back into the steel pedestal of where these figurines are mounted. You will take 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. That's fair.
I will rush up to navigation.
So you have to rush back upstairs.
So do I see him holding the dagger?
You see him laying on the ground, the dagger in his hand.
What did we learn?
How was I supposed to know the horses would go to a complete stop? That's what shell mode's for.
This whole room is devoted to navigation. And you see a dagger floating above a city on a map.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And you're like, hey, let's take it.
Well, it was already plotted. How was I supposed to know the dagger would just stop?
Was the dagger spinning?
Yeah.
It means the dagger was actively doing something.
Well, how was I supposed to? You didn't
Spinning
mention
is
anything.
doing something.
You didn't mention
I didn't think you were an idiot.
You only told me how the
I
keys
take
work.
the dagger from his hand and I set it back into where it needs to be in the map.
All right, so as you grab the dagger from Ivan's hand, you just place the dagger horizontally on the table, laying it flat down on the table. And as you remove your hand, the dagger floats back upright and then guides itself back over to Hillengore, which is your current location.
I will once again plot the course. This is for plotting the course.
How, if I wanted to change the course, how would I go about doing that?
You would ask me to.
What happened,
Of
Paul?
course.
Yes, no need to worry. I just overestimated Ivan in asking him to sit in here to watch for enemies outside.
You watched him jump down a broken ladder.
Yes, I just thought he liked free falling. I didn't realize he was a complete fool.
So, Kovdar, as you had come upstairs trying to figure out where everyone was, you do look outside and you can see two massive adamantine horses, larger than the ones you had seen previously outside.
There's a lot of people.
A lot of people.
Anyways, don't mess with the dagger.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
That dagger?
Pull the
Don't
dagger.
touch the dagger. Yes, that dagger.
What does it do?
It's what helps mark our path.
At that time, Paul, you just finished guiding the dagger along the path, just gently pushing the dagger as it moves freely following the trail on your hand. As you guide it back to Bastions Hold, you guys feel the carriage once again jerk back into motion as the horses build up speed back into a full gallop.
It's a mighty fine dagger. Feels good in the hand.
I swear to
Don't-
God. I walk out.
Don't worry, I got this. I'll let you know if any enemies come by.
If there's enemies, there's a dagger there for you to fight them with.
Yeah.
Yes.
I told them what to do if they're enemies.
Yeah.
Didn't involve the dagger.
You didn't involve the dagger at all, so I just assumed it would be safe.
Or it meant you didn't need to touch it at all.
Well, maybe you should have clarified.
Maybe you shouldn't just touch things you weren't told about.
Seems like just an oversight on your part. Honestly, like, I didn't do anything wrong necessarily, but whatever. You live in your own bubble.
Get out.
I'm watching enemies?
This was more of a formality anyways. I hate you. Get out. Go to your room.
Hold on. I'm watching enemies. Now get out.
Don't touch the dagger.
Wait, you asked him to look for things.
Yeah.
I asked him to keep an eye out the windows in case anything appeared and started messing with the car.
I should have told you, like, he's not very good at looking for things.
What? Have you seen this? And I beam my head.
Are you kidding me? Watch this.
Why would you ask him? He fell asleep, remember?
It's because
time.
it's not, like, terribly essential. Like I said, it's more of just a formality.
Oh, make him feel good.
Maybe.
Not, yeah, sure, yeah.
Yes.
This is an
basically.
important job.
You are doing so good, Ivan.
Thank you.
So good.
I am pretty perceptive.
He's got the light eyes.
I got the light eyes.
Yes. You keep us safe, Ivan.
Yes, I will.
And don't move the dagger.
I won't move the dagger.
And there's, like, statues.
Yeah, so there are 3 statues, 2 of which are identical and represent a horse in different stages of either a trot or a gallop. The last one is of a turtle.
I should have just given this a flying mode.
Why is there statues of horses and a turtle?
It controls the pace of the vehicle, and the turtle one sets it to defensive.
Defensive? How does that work?
Well, a big part of it is pulling the horses come in somewhat to the carriage, and the windows get closed up.
Why isn't there an attack mode?
we're the attack mode.
You wouldn't release the people inside the horse? Or would that take too much time to corral them back in?
If there were people for me to release from the horses, I would release them for attack mode. But there are no people in the horses, so I cannot do that.
What's the purpose of defense mode if I'm just going to be the attack? Wouldn't we be in attack and defense at the same time?
To help make sure the cart doesn't get destroyed.
The cart's made of adamantine. I don't think it would be able to be destroyed.
Everything can be destroyed.
Yeah, well, of course, but like, what person do you know that can just destroy adamantine?
Ivan,
Dragons,
I think you're destroying Paul's patience.
probably Kovdar.
Yeah, but Paul's patience is more like aluminum.
You have like a lullaby. You had a lullaby thing, didn't you?
Yes, I'm very good at lullaby.
Doesn't he look tired?
I'm watching
Oh,
things.
yes. You look pretty tired.
No, I'm fine.
Listen, we're moving again. I'm gonna go back and finish.
Yes, of course.
What I was
don't-
doing.
I will watch for enemies.
Yes, or just read your book, enjoy yourself, and if something happens, look out the windows. Just don't fuck with the knife. And I walk out.
Is there anything other than the knife that I can fuck with?
You do happen to see a couple of different crossbows hanging on the walls around the area. The table that the map is carved into is very ornate. You can see a blacksmith carved into one of the legs, a beautiful young woman in another, and then 2 children on the other side.
That's cute. Yeah, fine. I'll read my book.
Okay. You find one of the soft cushioned chairs in the room, sitting down and begin reading your book. Which one do you wish to read?
Not the history of the world, but the other one.
The one on Port Knot?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and make me an investigation check.
Roll a disadvantage.
Investigation 19.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Roll a disadvantage.
Shut up.
He can read.
A
I
mechanical
can
hand.
read.
A magical hand comes out of the wall and closes the book.
I'll sit down next to Ivan while he's reading.
Okay.
And I'll kind of look over his shoulder a little bit. Your book looks pretty boring, Ivan.
Thanks.
My book has pictures.
Can I see?
You want to see?
Yeah, sure. I'll take the pen.
I'll show.
Okay. So, Kovdar, as you open the book, you can see the pictures almost moving on the pages. But Ivan, as you turn to look, there's nothing in the book.
Ivan has to figure out if it's just Kovdar or if the book just is broken.
Can I roll an intelligence to...
You can make an Arcana check.
I'm great at Arcana. Arcana. Oh, 7.
Kovdar, you idiot.
Oh, yeah. Very pretty pictures, for sure, yeah. I bet you're learning a whole lot.
Yes, they're not pretty pictures. They're of like fighting stances.
Yeah.
It's very intense.
Of course, yes.
Very gritty
Oh,
pictures.
man, yes.
It's almost like they're moving.
Yeah.
It's like they're off the page.
Hey, when's the last time you... Did you sleep all right last night?
I sleep great every night, Ivan.
That's good to hear.
I even slept great when you were supposed to be watching.
Did you hit your head recently? I'm just curious.
Actually, yes. Very recently.
You notice the tooth?
Three
Or does
times.
the tooth heal back?
So the tooth did not get healed back, but there is no, like, markings of the tooth.
See? And I'll
Oh.
pull my cheek.
Oh.
Yes.
What happened?
Oh, I hit myself.
And then,
And then
because
Paul
I
hit me.
myself, Paul hit me to stop me from hitting myself again, which didn't work, and I hit myself a second time. Again. That's how that's explained.
Wow.
He goes back to reading.
Uncomfortably pulls up book.
All right, so you two sit down. Ivan, you kind of shaking your head or rolling your eyes as you think Kovdar has gone crazy because of the blank pages in a book that you remember seeing some things in, but you didn't get very far in it when you were looking at it. And Kovdar, you sit down next to Ivan, and the pictures come alive, and you can see how people are using boulders to strength train, even pictures of giants and some of their own strength training ways to keep their muscles at peak performance. You guys sit down, reading your books. Ivan, as you wander off into some of the history of Port Knot, you do read several stories about fishermen and their trips out to sea. You hear about stories of mermaids, of some of the sailors not coming back from encounters with said mermaids. You read a story about a mage that had lived in the town and had lived there for some time, eventually having a family, but not going into too much detail. You hear of another great blacksmith that roams around the area.
This book's fucking garbage.
The Great Quicksmith Arms. Best
You
smith in the world.
You also hear about the story of a great warrior that had come to town and had saved the town from the attack of a great kraken. The book is full of stories and of history, especially how the walls were built by said mage, almost forming them in one day after the attack of the kraken. You getting lost in the stories. Kovdar, you almost watching videos on your book.
YouTube.
You guys feel the cart come to a sudden stop before you. The horses not moving. Paul, you have to stop forging to catch yourself.
God damn it, Ivan!
I would like both Ivan and Kovdar to make me a perception check.
16.
16.
They've got like a combined score of like 32.
So, Ivan, Kovdar, you guys wondering what has happened. The dagger has actually retracted itself and has come back to your position. You guys look outside the window to see what looks like to be a large white river in front of you. The road being cut in half by this river. What do you guys wish to do? I would say at this time, Paul, you come into the room.
Ivan, goddamn it.
I didn't touch the dagger.
I was here, he didn't touch it.
River. That's new. You said white?
It is a pure white river. As you come up and look outside,
As you come up.
as you come into the room, go ahead.
Not any better.
As you enter the room with no, now I'm just screwing it up.
As you jizz. Damn it.
As you ejaculate.
As you impregnate.
As you slam the door open, knowing what had happened with Ivan once again with your ornate dagger, you begin to yell at him. But I would like you to make me a perception check.
I'm very busy yelling. 7 plus 5 is 13. 12.
You're not paying too much attention about what's out the river, just more of knowing what Ivan has done.
Ivan, why?
What do you mean, why?
Look, clearly the dagger's moved.
I didn't move it. There's a jizz river.
Okay, we gotta move past the jizz river.
There's a river in my way. In our way.
Rivers don't just come out of nowhere. Damn it.
Oh my gosh, guys.
So at this point, I've noticed the river, probably?
Paul, as you rush inside the room, yelling at Ivan, knowing that he had moved the dagger, I would like all three of you to roll me a perception check.
Initiative.
7.
12.
18.
Ivan, you turn to tell Paul that you had not moved the dagger, trying to form a good defense against this strange river that come out of nowhere. Kovdar, you try to back him up the best you can, telling Paul that he had not touched the dagger, that he had been sitting next to you the entire time. But Paul, as these two are trying to work a defense, you turn to point that rivers don't just come out of nowhere. And as you look back, you see a large gorge that splits this road in half.
How far
I
up does the river
told
go?
you.
How far up does the river go?
You cannot see from inside of the wagon.
Well, we might as well go out and see what the river's all about. I've never seen a white river, have you?
I can't say I have. Have I seen a white river before?
You don't see anything white outside. You only just see a gorge.
Ah, he changed it. We see the engorged.
No. You guys seen what looked like to be a white rushing river, but you only see a gorge.
Okay, now I'm confused. Yeah, let's go outside. Check it out from the outside.
As all three of you exit the wagon and look out, you're baffled. You could have swore that you had seen a river, but it is just a gorge before you. As you guys investigate closer, you can see bits of bone on the bottom. I would like all three of you to roll me an investigation check.
Nat 20.
Yes. 8.
Plus 1.
6.
Okay.
Not the lowest.
Both Paul and Kovdar, you guys are baffled as you bend over and pick up a couple of these shattered and splintered bones. But Ivan, as you look at the bigger picture, you see large gashes at the bottom of this gorge, almost as if something massive had been moving its way through.
I think there's something massive in this gorge.
I should also let you guys know the gorge is 40 feet across. And
Let's
it
start
is
cutting down some wood, guys.
It is 20 feet deep.
20 feet's not that bad. Let me just pump my levels up to level 9, and I'll be able to fly across this thing.
What's everyone's passives?
15.
Passives, 15. Like 2?
Yours is 9.
9?
You have a -1 to
10.
your wisdom.
10 minus 1?
Yeah.
Yeah,
9.
yours is 9.
9.
Nice.
And then
Thanks.
both of your guys is 15?
Yeah.
You guys do happen to see what looks like to be a huge dust cloud going up the mountainside.
Whatever that is.
You know of a way around the pole.
This looks like it goes all the way up the mountain. We could try going around the other side. I'm assuming the other side runs to the...
So, you guys are currently trying to go south, down to Fayhaven, as the road connects from there to another 3 towns before eventually getting to the Bastions Hold. But the other way will lead you back to Port Knot. There is no other road that goes towards the Great Road from Port Knot.
We'll just go
There's
off.
got to be a way around, right?
We'll just go off-road. What's the off-road way?
You guys could either go north to see where this gorge might start. to be able to cross it there, or you could try to go down to the sea and see if maybe there's a bridge built somewhere on this gorge. With that natural 20,
Ocean mode.
you also notice that there doesn't seem to have ever been a bridge built here.
I know that the gorge is basically dug or something, or
It looks dug.
a natural gorge.
Are there trees in the area?
There are, but they're all dead.
Yes,
Perfect.
But the alive ones, we'll use those.
Just find another altar, we destroy it, and then we harvest the newly alive trees.
Is there a conveniently placed altar next to some trees?
You guys can go ahead and roll me a d20 and a d10.
We have the amulet, though. No.
Really, I just say we go to the north and figure out where the gorge starts.
Got 13.
I got 14.
I got 21.
Don't listen to him. He got 15.
21.
13, 14, 15.
I will let you guys decide. 13, 14, or 21.
I feel like we've done a lot of the 20s. Let's try 13.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. As you guys look around, looking back towards the trees, you happen to see a very dim blue glow coming from inside of the darkened forest.
Do we know that altars glow blue?
The last altar that you were at didn't seem to give off any color unless you were trying to get closer to it, at which time it would unleash a black cloud.
So we see a blue glow.
Kind of like the undead Aarakocra.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Allies.
Or enemies. I'm not limiting the glow to the Aarakocra.
Well, we can at least give it a look.
I will draw my sword and approach the glow.
Okay. The glow is probably 200 feet away from you
I will sheath my blade.
in the thickened dark forest.
It might not be an enemy. It might just be looking at us.
Broach the blue glow bravely.
I'm gonna look more intensely and see if I can see what it is.
Go to roll me a perception check.
16. It's one higher than my passive.
You do notice that the blue glow is not trying to hide itself, and it seems to be moving closer to you as it begins to get brighter and brighter as it steps out from the shadows of the trees. You see a cloaked figure, a sword on its hip, and the skull of a crow attached to its face. It is one of these undead Aarakocra. You can see it waving a hand towards you in a motion of "come here."
Oh. For all you viewers, I waved.
That was my problem. I should have let you know that it was like a
You wave back and he just walks away.
just saying hi, guys.
Hey.
I guess I will get closer, but I will be ready to strike.
Okay. As you guys get closer, you can see him drop the hood, and you can see just the bone skeleton of an Aarakocra skull, the blue glow of where the eyes would be, and the voice coming through the resonation, coming through where the mouth would have been. We were afraid of this. One of the generals has moved into the area and has blocked off most of the roads. He is too powerful for you to be able to take out. But you will need to find a different path or find a way to get over the gorge. I would suggest you don't fall into it.
Thanks.
Hey, so when you guys moved my cart, how'd you do it?
They picked it up.
And can you do it again over this gorge?
By the means of which we had moved your cart would be the means that you do not want to see. We used the undead giants to move your cart.
And can you do it again?
They can see through the amulets.
So it's not possible.
There might be a way, but it is unlikely. Many of the giants still have a mind of their own. They might become suspicious on what our goal is.
Just moving a carriage. No goals here.
Our suggestion is that you go south. Find your way to the sea and see if there is a way around.
Okay, Mr. Pun.
I see what you did there.
I didn't know
Maybe we'll
undead had a sense of humor.
Maybe we'll run into some seamen down there. You know, like sailors. Seamen. Nothing else in that statement.
Might be the climax of our journey.
Oh my god.
Maybe some arousing sense and sight.
It is now the ocean,
Truly get
not the
us
sea.
up and standing tall and...
Hopefully it's not a hard journey.
How many seamen do you think we could get to come with us?
I hope you're the one editing this, because you're just adding to it.
All right. South we should go then. Back in the cart. A part of me wants to just, in leaving, kill the Aragon. Gotta get on board, please. Just every time this guy sends a messenger, I kill it afterwards. But I won't. I will get on the cart and I will set course north to the sea.
Okay. So as you guys turn around to walk away, we will send word if things change.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, very kind.
Very, very kind. I get on board.
What's your name?
No. He doesn't have a name.
Oh, he's got a name.
We lost our names
Ah, that's a cheap ripoff.
His name
when we were reborn as undead.
What was your name live?
It was long forgotten.
George. Otherwise known as... That's the name his mother gave him, probably.
I'll figure out a way to get you back to live.
Okay.
And that way you can reclaim your long forgotten name.
Okay, so you each get back into the cart. You're gonna have to manually drive your cart now. The cart can only magically follow the roads.
No way.
Follow a path, I said.
I'm an expert at driving the cart.
Theoretically speaking, I can take it down roads towards the south and then have it go off-road along the ocean. There shouldn't be anything stopping it from traveling along that.
The reason being is because the road is unknown. Your map is not super detailed. The roads are drawn on the map, but none of the surrounding area besides the mountains and rivers.
How far can it go?
So, as long as it is being manually driven,
Now, how far can it go before it needs manually driven?
it has to be manually driven from this point, if you want to take it off the road.
There's no roads at all that go south at all.
You are on the road that goes south.
That's poor. Whoever made the roads in this place sucks. Let me tell you. Isn't Port not on the sea?
Port Knot is to the north.
Here, let me just tell you how it's gonna go down. You're gonna drive the fucking cart south.
Here's how you drive the cart. I'm gonna keep forging.
Would you really trust Ivan to drive
I'll do
the
it.
cart?
Here's how you drive the cart.
Oh, no, I'll do it.
Here's how you drive the cart.
This is your guys' decision. Do you wish to continue to manually drive the cart south towards the sea? Or do you want to automatically set it to go to Port Knot?
Wait, where's Port Knot?
Port Knot is backing towards the north. It's away from the gorge.
Oh.
No, that's the gorge runs that way too.
I trust the undead. And I know that sounds weird coming out of my mouth.
Yeah, south is the way we're gonna go.
If you teach me how to drive the cart manually, I will do it.
It's not hard.
Perfect. I'm ready.
Have you driven a cart, Ivan?
Yes.
Insight. Damn.
Insight with advantage.
11. It stayed the same.
I got a dirty 20.
Yeah, you better roll a deception check on that.
How hard into this line?
Can I roll an intimidation?
Actually, I will let you do deception or persuasion.
Do you know how to drive a car? Do you have proficiency with land?
Why would I ever do persuasion when I have a -1 in it?
That's up to you.
Deception.
Okay.
Fuck. 10.
You cannot lie to this group.
No.
You have never been able to successfully lie to this
You
group.
would have a -1 in both.
No, because...
They both use the same skill. Charisma.
Oh, you're right. No, it's +4. I have a +4 in charisma.
Then you just misread.
I
You
thought-
saw perception?
No, I saw perception.
Okay.
Because I'm a fool.
You threw me. I was like, wait a minute.
Blade, you are a special kind of person.
Why would it be
I know.
different? They use charisma.
I don't know, man.
Okay.
I'm not thinking.
So with the +4, what's your roll?
10.
I think we both know.
Hold on.
Have you driven a cart before?
Can I roll percentiles on if I can drive a car?
I'm going to just come out and tell you, you may know how to drive a normal cart, but this is not a normal cart.
He
You
says
just pull
to
on the
drive
reins.
it. Pull on the reins.
Just like a normal cart.
Okay, you look around. There are no reins. The way that you drive the cart is you remove the statue and instead place the dagger into the pedestal.
I'm going to give him a crash course on it, and then I'm going to go... I don't know how it works, because I did not design it. But I will give them a crash course on it.
That's fine. You remove the dagger from the table and walk over and place it inside of the pedestal, turning it to just like a key to where it is facing the horses. And as long as you are holding on to it, you can will the horses to move.
That's child's play. I grab the dagger.
He is currently holding on to it.
I let him grab the dagger.
Okay.
And
I make sure we're not facing the gorge, and then I let him grab the dagger.
Good idea.
What? I will it to go south into the gorge.
So, Paul, as you show him what to do, as you grab onto the dagger, you can feel your presence itself being extended past the walls of the cart, and you can almost see what the horses themselves see. As the cart moves to the left, facing towards the south, you release the handle and gesture to Ivan to grab a hold. Ivan, as you reach forward, grasping the dagger, you are surprised by the magical forces that pull on your presence, expanding your mind past the walls and into the horses.
I knew there were people on the horses, and it's me.
To control this cart is no more difficult than you putting one foot in front of the other and walking forward.
I told you I was going to put you in the horse. You fool.
Now, this is super easy to drive, but I'm almost certain I'm going to get it into the gorge somehow.
You just traveling along. You just look over and think, it'd be crazy if we jumped in the gorge. Oh, fuck!
All right. So, You guys are going to be going to the south, right?
Yeah.
Just want to clarify. Okay. So, Ivan, as you will the horses to move, as you guide the cart off the road and down into the thick trees, you can see off in the distance the sea. It is a long journey before you, but it seems to be easy in this cart. And that is where we'll end for tonight. The TastyDoom podcast is an unofficial fan content permitted under the fan content policy, not approved or endorsed by Wizards. Portion of the material used is property of Wizards of the Coast, Wizards of the Coast, LLC. Music is by Epidemic Sound. If you have questions, concerns, advice, or ideas that you'd like to tell us about, then feel free to email us at tastydoom.podcast@outlook.com. If you've liked our content, then feel free to join us on Twitter at tasty_doom. And remember to stay tasty.